Welcome back, curious minds. Today we're diving into something that affects every single one of us, from the recommendations on our streaming services to the way our smartphones understand our voice. But have you ever stopped to wonder, how does artificial intelligence, this seemingly magical force, actually learn? Does it read textbooks? Does it have a digital brain that processes information like ours? The answer is far more fascinating, and in the next 10 minutes, we're going to pull back the curtain on the incredible process of AI learning, revealing the secrets that power our modern world. Get ready to have your mind blown. So, where did this idea of machines learning come from? Well, the dream of creating intelligent machines isn't new. For centuries, philosophers and scientists have pondered the nature of intelligence and whether it could be replicated. But the real practical journey began in the mid-20th century with the birth of computer science. Early AI researchers were inspired by the human brain, trying to build systems that could mimic logical reasoning and problem-solving. However, they quickly hit a wall. Building intelligence from scratch, with explicit rules for every situation, proved to be incredibly complex and brittle. Imagine trying to write a rule for every single possible way a cat could look. It's practically impossible. This led to a paradigm shift. Instead of telling machines what to do, what if we could teach them to learn from experience, just like we do? This is where the concept of machine learning, a subset of AI, truly took off, solving the problem of creating systems that could adapt and improve without being explicitly programmed for every single scenario. Now for the million-dollar question, how does it actually work? Forget dusty textbooks. AI learns from something much more abundant: data. Think of data as the food for AI. The most common way AI learns is through a process called supervised learning. Imagine you want to teach a computer to recognize pictures of cats. You wouldn't give it a dictionary definition. Instead, you'd show it thousands, even millions, of pictures. Crucially, each picture would be labeled: this is a cat, this is not a cat, this is a dog, this is a bird. The AI, in this case, a complex mathematical model called a neural network, starts to look for patterns. It identifies features that are common to cats: pointy ears, whiskers, a certain eye shape. It's like a child learning. You point and say car, ball, tree, and over time, they learn to associate the visual with the word. In AI, the network adjusts its internal weights and biases. Think of these as knobs and sliders, with each piece of data. When it gets an answer right, it reinforces those connections. When it gets it wrong, it adjusts to try and do better next time. This iterative process of prediction, comparison, and adjustment, repeated millions of times, is how the AI refines its understanding and becomes remarkably accurate at identifying cats, or anything else you train it on. It's all about pattern recognition and statistical correlation derived from vast amounts of labeled examples. Here are some mind-bending details you might not know about how AI learns. First, AI doesn't understand in the human sense. When an AI identifies a cat, it's not experiencing the joy of seeing a feline friend, it's identifying a complex series of statistical probabilities based on its training data. It's a sophisticated pattern matcher. Second, the concept of overfitting is a huge challenge. This is when an AI becomes too good at recognizing the specific data it was trained on, but fails miserably with new, slightly different data. It's like a student who memorizes answers for a test but doesn't truly grasp the concepts. Third, sometimes AI needs reinforcement learning. Imagine teaching a robot to walk. You don't label every single muscle movement. Instead, you give it rewards for successful steps and penalties for falling. It learns through trial and error, much like how we learn skills through practice. Fourth, unsupervised learning allows AI to find patterns in data that humans haven't even noticed. This is like a detective sifting through clues and finding connections nobody else saw. Fifth, the bias in the data is a critical issue. If the training data is biased, for instance, if it only shows pictures of white cats, the AI will learn to associate cat primarily with white cats, leading to unfair or inaccurate outcomes. Finally, transfer learning is incredibly efficient. Once an AI learns to recognize images, that knowledge can be partially transferred to learn other visual tasks, like recognizing different animals or objects, without starting from scratch. So, how does this intricate learning process impact your daily life? Think about your smartphone's camera. When you take a photo, AI instantly recognizes faces, objects, and even scenes, optimizing settings for the best possible shot. This relies on AI learning from countless images. Online shopping? The recommendations you see are powered by AI analyzing your past purchases and browsing history, learning what you might like next. Even something as simple as spam filtering in your email uses AI that has learned to distinguish legitimate messages from unwanted ones based on patterns in millions of emails. When you ask a virtual assistant like Siri or Alexa a question, AI is processing your voice, understanding your intent, and fetching the relevant information, all thanks to extensive training on spoken language data. The navigation apps guiding you through traffic use AI to learn real-time traffic patterns and predict the fastest routes. It's woven into the fabric of our digital interactions, making our lives more convenient and personalized. So, there you have it, a glimpse into the incredible world of how artificial intelligence actually learns. The key takeaway is that AI doesn't think like we do, but it excels at recognizing complex patterns in vast amounts of data through processes like supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning, constantly adjusting and refining its abilities. It's a powerful tool that's already reshaping our world, and understanding its learning mechanisms is crucial for navigating our increasingly AI-driven future. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. Take a moment today to consider how AI might be influencing your own experiences. Until next time, stay curious and keep asking why.